Unite on the South today. Nurses take to southern streets as part of a nationwide series of rallies across the country. Rural surfers are catching waves in Central Otago thanks to a big backyard wave machine set up on a working farm. And a new sport may soon be sliding into Dunedin with plans to get para-athletes on board. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Hannah Wilkins. Thousands of nurses and their supporters rallied across the country over the weekend in protests organised by the New Zealand Nurses Organisation. They're calling on politicians to address the nurse staffing crisis by increasing the number of nurses and how much they're paid.
Taking to the streets. Angry healthcare workers were out in protest at 19 rallies across the country on Saturday, calling for more trained nurses. In Christchurch, around 200 nurse, health and community support workers gathered at the Bridge of Remembrance before marching through the central city to rally in Victoria Square.
It's election year to call on all political parties to fix nursing and to fix our health system, which is in such dire straits.
The New Zealand Nurses Organisation is blaming decades of poor planning, inadequate funding and neglect by successive governments, which has led to a crisis in New Zealand's health system. It's calling on all political parties to commit to funding more than 4,000 trained nurses, along with improving the pay and working conditions to retain nurses currently working in the profession.
We're thousands of nurses short, and even the ones that are working at the moment are understaffed, underpaid, overworked.
NZNO negotiator Al Deitchin says pay equity issues still haven't been addressed.
We'll continue to campaign and push the government to do what's needed to improve the situation.
The Nurses Union has launched a petition calling on all political parties in election year to commit to fixing the pay inequities and conditions to help end the nursing shortage crisis. In Christchurch, the South today.
A local photographic mystery may have some answers, with relatives stepping forward after an old photo was found in a peculiar place. This portrait of a woman was discovered recently behind peeling wallpaper in a Kenmure house. It was accompanied by a brochure and donations envelope for St Francis Xavier Parish. The photo featured a mystery message: "To Renee, with love, Rennie," prompting speculation about what it may mean. The woman has now been identified as the late Rennie Harris, and her niece and son-in-law believe the photo may have been from a broken previous engagement.
She never went into details about the name or what the circumstances were, just that once she met Langdon she broke off the engagement to that person, whoever it was.
Mackay says Rennie was very secretive about her first engagement, which she broke off in order to marry Dunedin farrier Langdon Harris. She was 21 years old in the photo, which is believed to have been taken around 1946. However, the family don't know much about the context of why the photo might have been there, but the mystery has revived their happy memories of Rennie. Dream has turned into reality for one Hawea man who's now able to surf in his backyard. Ross McCarthy has built a new kind of pool in his farm garden and has been putting it to the test.
Local surfers enjoying Central Otago's newest surfing spot, tearing up these waves in the back of a Hawea flat property. Ross McCarthy had the idea of surfing in his backyard nearly 15 years ago and has now turned this into reality with the Your Wave pool. It's an artificial surf wave built in the farm garden of his childhood home, combining his love for the water with his creative ingenuity.
I've just had a passion for water sports, surfing in general. I've never been a great surfer, but I've always been pretty good at building things. So
McCarthy claims Your Wave is the first of its kind in the world. He says other similar products only have one standard wave, but his prototype design has more versatile settings for standing waves.
And basically with the push of a button we can change your wave to be either a left or a right hander. We can make it bigger, smaller, we can make the face steeper, and we can just make the wave whatever you want it to be.
The artificial surf wave pool means rural surfers wouldn't need to spend as much time travelling in search of good waves, with a few friends helping put the new product to the test.
It was so much fun to come out here and get a wave, just perfect.
He's aiming to open Your Wave to the public within the next few weeks. once some final health and safety checks have been completed, with plans to run the operation year-round. In Hawea Flats, the South Today.
Queenstown's Lake Whakatipu was busy with water traffic over the weekend, with a number of vintage boat enthusiasts gathering for an important event.
This was rush hour on Lake Whakatipu, as dozens of classic boats took to the water. Around 40 vintage boats and their owners gathered in Queenstown on Saturday for the Southern Lakes Classic and Historic Boat event. It's the first time the show's been held. It was organised by Carolyn and Greg Duran and supported by the Whakatipu Community Maritime Preservation Society. One of the highlights was a mass cruise behind the TSS Earnslaw, providing guests with a cruise around the lake in the last remaining passenger-carrying coal-fired steamship in the Southern Hemisphere. The event showcased classic and historic boats of many shapes and sizes, including a replica of inventor Bill Hamilton's first jet boat, Saucy Jane. Organisers described the day as a huge success, with the good weather helping the event end up bigger than they had expected. In Queenstown, the South Today.
A Dunedin hospital worker is trying to spread his love for his favourite sport by making it more inclusive. Simon Heptonstall has long been involved in the game of ice hockey and now wants to bring para-ice hockey to New Zealand, with dreams of making a mark on the global stage.
Crunching hits on the ice, these para-ice hockey players not letting their disabilities hold them back. It's a sport not seen on ice rinks here in New Zealand, but Dunedin Hospital Health and Safety Advisor Simon Heptonstall wants to take what he knows from his day job to help bring sledge hockey to New Zealand. He's always felt supportive of anyone wanting to have a go at things and is keen to make his favourite sport of ice hockey more inclusive.
The sport is for everybody, not just for, those able-bodied people.
He believes Dunedin's the best place in the country to kickstart the game, thanks to having New Zealand's biggest ice rink and the correct size for an official game. Besides sitting in a sledge and playing with two smaller sticks, para-ice hockey is played by the same rules and regulations as the normal game.
I feel sorry for goalies in para-ice hockey because the goal size doesn't change, and they're actually sat in a sled, so they've got more goal to cover from lower down.
There are currently just 14 countries that play the sport, with Australia the latest to give it a go. Heptonstall hopes to one day grow the sport enough here to create a national team, with the dream of being able to compete at the Winter Olympics. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Whaiakane still to come on the South Today. Local farmers get stuck into a warm-up ploughing competition in preparation for Nationals, some even reverting back to old school ways, and dirt flies at the top junior motocross champs down south.
Great Britain has a collection of varied landscapes and countryside to rival anywhere else in the world. And the best way to see it is to walk.
Garage Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garage quality service. Garage Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with zero deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Earth is a planet of extremes. Extreme places and extreme animals. But some animals are more extreme than others. Join us as we count down to find the most unusual, the most extraordinary, the most extreme.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. Farmers from across the country made their way to Palmerston over the weekend to take part in a warm-up ploughing match ahead of the Nationals. A range of different ploughs were used in the competition, some people even going old school with horse-drawn ploughs. The event at a Palmerston farm was a prelude to the National Champs, which start this week in South Otago, teams chomping at the bit to show off their skills.
We'll be biding to see which one of us can plough the straightest, the neatest plot for both days.
Practice sessions for the National Ploughing Champs start on Tuesday, with the two-day competition kicking into gear near Milton on Friday. The Junior Motocross Nationals ended in spectacular fashion over the weekend, with the Southern event receiving praise from spectators. Hundreds of riders from all around the country took their bikes to Invercargill for New Zealand's top junior event.
Full throttle as some of the country's future motocross stars took to the sandpit track near Oreti Beach for one last push ahead of the finale of the Junior Motocross Nationals. Around 200 young riders competed in the tournament, aged between 8 and 16 years old, with the Southland weather turned on for the day at the track.
It's been absolutely magnificent. The weather's been on our side, and it's been really successful. We've had great competitors.
The Southland Motorcycle Club worked alongside Motorcycling NZ in hosting the National Junior competition for the first time.
We've put a lot of work into hosting this event, and many hours from our committee and our club, our families, our moto community, and of course all of our sponsors that make all this happen. Yeah, absolutely thrilled.
Vocal crowds were in full support, cheering on the young competitors across the three-day event.
We're really happy with our spectators and our event coordinators that have put on a great event for all our riders. Organisers say new champions were crowned in every class of the tournament. The high standard of racing and good facilities putting Southland in line to potentially host a senior nationals event in the future. In Invercargill, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Thousands of healthcare workers hit the streets in protest against pay conditions and a lack of trained staff. A Central Otago man is bringing the surf to Hawea Flat by building a rideable big wave machine in his farm backyard. And a Dunedin man is on a mission to bring para ice hockey to New Zealand, with dreams of one day creating a national team. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome the editor Barry Stewart. Hello Barry.
Hello Hannah.
What can we expect in the paper tomorrow?
Well, the incident overnight, of course, with the incident at the weekend of the shooting. So that's the fourth firearm incident in 4 months, 2 months. However, please believe that it is an isolated incident.
Right.
So we have more on that in the paper tomorrow. And medical representatives are hoping to see some of the major issues addressed at the announcement of $10 million back into the hospital build fund. So they hope some of those things will come to fruition.
Yes.
So we're all hoping that, obviously. And on a lighter note, we have Obi Hogan, who is an Irish man who is a golfer.
Okay.
He's not your usual golfer. His attire is somewhat different from what you'd normally expect to see on the course.
Okay.
But he whizzed around the Tari Golf Club course today in record fashion. He hit 79, which may not seem that amazing, but he did it in how many minutes? 41 minutes. Who said golf is a slow game?
Wow, we look forward to reading more
79
about
and 41 minutes.
how that developed in the paper tomorrow. Thanks, Barry. And time now for a look at tomorrow's weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, a trough of low pressure brings unsettled weather to the region tomorrow, then high pressure edges onto southern districts on Wednesday, with cooler southwesterly airflow and more rain closer to the end of the week. Heading to the top of the South Island, fresh northerlies and rain up here tomorrow. Nelson heads for 19 and it'll get up to 18 over in Greymouth, while Christchurch looks warm with 20, high cloud and nor'easterlies. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. Some brief rain up top for Ashburton and Timaru tomorrow, both getting a slight northerly breeze with highs of 20 degrees. To Uamaru next, you're in for a cooler and cloudy 16 degrees. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes. Showers and fresh westerlies for Wanaka and Queenstown tomorrow, along with 16-degree highs, and warmer in Alex with changing winds and a top temperature of 18. Heading further south, fresh westerly winds and showers right through here tomorrow as Gore, Balclutha and the Catlins all head for autumnal highs of 15 degrees. And down to the deep south, well, wet and cloudy tonight with a low of 12. Now tomorrow's a mixed bag with cloudy skies and some showers, but also dry at times with gusty west to southwest winds and up to 15 as the high. Then Wednesday brings 14 degrees and more cloud and showers as the winds ease. And finally heading to Dunedin. Cloudy tonight with fresh northerlies and a low of 13. Showers before dawn tomorrow, then strong northerlies dry things up before a sunny afternoon with light southerlies. The high will be 16 degrees. Into Wednesday, expect an overcast cool day with light showers and breezy southwesterlies along with a high of 15 degrees. And that's the news this Monday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand, and you can also now follow us on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite o pōpō.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need. From answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one. We can help. Call Gillian's today. You're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer. You owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
Drama, competition, rivalry, marketing, numbers,
atmosphere,
power, fight, attack,
intuition,
love, hate, money,
cash, millionaires,
fans,
and fans.
Oh boy.